Hello everyone, my name is Jason Parker and welcome back to this channel about magic! Sorry for the strange intro, I'm experimenting. Speaking of experimentations, this brings us back to episode 2 of Random Questions for You and Me. And today's question, would you rather look like a potato or feel like a potato? Comment below. Heading quickly into the purpose of this video, this is a reaction to Season 7 of Fool Us. In this episode, we're going to look at Michael Bourada. He is a magician from Canada. I'm not familiar with him, and let's just go ahead and jump into the reaction.
My name's Michael Bourada. I'm from Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. I'm a magician on and off the ice. Yes, a Canadian that plays hockey. I know, it's very typical. Anxiety runs in my family. It really halted my career at one point until I learned how to deal with it. You know, sometimes like a car needs a tune-up, sometimes someone's mind needs a little bit of a tune-up. And I actually went to talk to a professional. It was probably the best decision I could have made. When I'm on stage, I feel really relaxed. It's a great.
That's interesting he talked about going to visit a shrink. I think many of us would be a little embarrassed to mention publicly that we had done that. But I'm getting the feeling that in today's age it's becoming more and more of an acceptable thing. What do you think about that? I've been outside of the US for 4 years already, and a lot of the people I've talked to over here consider it not too much of a taboo subject. Just like Michael was saying, it's like giving your brain a tune-up like a car. So leave a comment below. Have you seen a psychologist before or a psychiatrist? Is it a good idea, something that everybody should be doing, or not really necessary? Back to the magic.
Way to cope with everything, and it really allows me just to focus on the audience and enjoy myself. To fool Penn and Teller would be an absolute dream come true.
Please welcome Ottawa's own Michael Bourada.
Thank you. Allison, I've always dreamt of performing a big illusion on a Vegas stage. You know, like making someone appear, disappear, a levitation, cutting someone in half. But don't worry, I'm not allowed to do that anymore. Not since the incident. But the one I love, and what we're gonna attempt today, was actually made famous by Harry Houdini, the metamorphosis. And that's when two people would switch places in an instant. I came up with my own way of doing the metamorphosis. I brought 2 markers, 2 envelopes, and 2 picture frames. So we'll start with the markers first. I'll take one and you take one. And to do my version of the metamorphosis, we're gonna need to draw 2 people. And Allison, seeing we're both here, I thought that we would draw each other.
Okay.
So I'll start, which means I need you to strike a pose. I love it. I just need to focus. Here we go.
That's awesome.
Okay, so far so good. Already looks just like her.
Hey, that reminds me of my question at the beginning of the video. Do you want to feel like a potato, or in this case, to look like a potato? And by the way, I gotta say that I'm loving his comedy so far. This is right up my alley.
We'll draw some lovely hair, yes. She's got sparkling eyes, pert nose, and a glowing smile. And we'll finish it off. And just so you know, this is actually my daughter's favorite trick. Her name's Alexis. I named her that because that's the type of car I could drive if I didn't have kids. But it's done. It looks so much like you. Oh. She's speechless.
Her spitting image.
I'll flip it over and I'll sign my work. Now it's your turn. You get to draw me. Okay, I'll hold these here for you, and you could just draw away. Go.
Okay.
Okay, a nice egg-shaped head, thanks. That's nice of you. How about a little bit of hair? That would be nice. Just a little peach fuzz, that's good, okay?
You got ears.
Yeah, very nice ears, excellent. Awkward-looking smile, go ahead, yeah. For the body, too, probably quite muscular.
Right.
Very scrawny, okay. Wow, you've really captured my essence.
You want wanted hair.
I'll tell you what, like any great artist, we'll get you to sign your work. Go. Yes. Awesome.
I don't know what that was.
Now, we've done a lot over the last few minutes, so at this point, I think it's really important that we recap.
Okay, I'm loving his performance so far. And as far as the magic, this kind of reminds me of, with this type of seance magic, they'll have like two chalkboards and they'll put like a piece of chalk between and shake it and it's like the ghost makes a drawing. Anyways, I see something a little similar here and maybe that might be related to the method. That's all I will say. Let's keep going.
Lastly, we have these envelopes. Both are empty, but can you double check? Reach inside the first envelope, Allison. Empty?
Yes.
It is. And the second envelope, it should also be empty. Double check, reach inside.
Yeah.
It is. We'll start by taking your amazing drawing that you drew of me, and it goes inside the first envelope like so. You're gonna hold it one arm on each side, right in front of you. Excellent. Then we'll take my incredible drawing that I did of you, and it goes inside the second envelope. And here's where the metamorphosis begins, because we want my picture to incredibly switch places with your picture. So to do that, you're gonna keep holding with your left hand. And with your right hand, you're gonna put it up in the air like this. You're gonna turn your palm toward me. And you're gonna stick out your favorite finger.
Oh, do thumbs count as fingers?
That works. Hold it there. I find this part of the trick quite touching.
Love these jokes.
It's done. I felt it. Lower it down. Reach inside, Allison. Pull the picture out because the metamorphosis is complete. I have yours, you have mine. Give Allison a big round of applause as well.
Thank you. Michael Bourada! Wow. We were so good.
Oh, thank you very much.
Don't you think?
I try.
So do you prefer a helper that can draw or not?
I like someone who's just gonna have fun up here, such as you. It doesn't have to be like a Picasso or anything of that nature.
What went through your mind when you got the call to be on the show?
I was so excited. It was just my whole career flashed almost before my eyes, and here I am performing in front of two of the greats.
Have you performed in Vegas before?
Never. This is a first.
How does that feel? This
So
is your first,
cool.
and this is your first Vegas performance.
Yeah, so cool, so cool.
You did.
Yeah, it was just something that's been on my checklist forever, and now I get to check it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna see if Penn and Teller know how you did your trick.
Right on.
Alright, let me go ahead and give you my thoughts before we hear from Penn and Teller. First thing I want to comment on, I noticed at the very end they show the drawings, but they don't reverse to show the signatures on the back. And I'm wondering, could they have? I mean, was that part of the effect and they just kind of forgot to show it? Or if we looked at the back, would we see the wrong signatures? Inquiring minds want to know. Secondly, as I mentioned, I really enjoyed the jokes he was sprinkling throughout the act. It just makes it fun. And I really liked when he had her drawing him and he was like, and draw the body too? And he was hoping it would be muscular, but then he's just like a stick body. Because the average person can't draw, and if they're gonna draw you and they have this little tiny space for your body at the bottom, they're gonna make a stick figure. So it's pretty much guaranteed he can always make that joke. Thirdly, and perhaps least importantly of all, when he asked her to give him some hair, I don't know why she chose to give him a mohawk. Interesting choice. For the magic, I'm going to go back to what I said earlier. I think it's similar to these chalkboards used for seance magic. I'm sure it's not exactly the same. There must be some improvements here for the handling to be more convincing. I did notice there was a moment where he took a board and he put it into the envelope and then he pulled it out again to show like that's what you expect. And when I see something like that, although it seems very innocent, I'm sure it was some part of the magic, Perhaps like a convincer or something like that. Anyways, let's go ahead and hear what Penn and Teller have got to say.
Boys?
Michael, great trick, really funny, got good laughs in a room that's hard to get laughs in. And did a good job and a very nice drawing. Behind you.
I like when Penn said, in a room that's hard to get laughs in. He's like dead serious and the audience is like, ha 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 ha, nervous laughter. Okay.
When we're doing bits, I often don't look behind us at all at what's up there.
Yeah.
And, but there, behind you, there was Monk the Scream and there was Monet, but you weren't inspired by any of them. You were inspired by a slightly lesser known artist named Gene Anderson, I think, for some of this. Your style of drawing, your style of working, very, very inspired by him.
Oh, yeah.
And love the trick. And I don't know why I feel like saying this, but I just do. You know, I like birds. There's something about birds that bothers me, and it bothers me so much, and that is that birds don't have arms. And that makes me creeped out by them walking around with no arms. Oh, they got those wings, and those wings will flap, but they don't have arms, and that bugs me. I don't know why I said that, but I don't think you fooled us.
I don't think I fooled you either. But this was so much fun.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Two of the greats. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Michael Bourada.
All right, let me go ahead and give you my concluding thoughts. Very cool performance, very fun. I enjoyed watching it. As far as Penn's code speak, I guess the flapping the wings is something relating to the magic, and that kind of coincides with how I imagine it being done too. That's kind of funny how Penn chose to fixate on how it's weird birds don't have arms. I mean, they do have arms. Their arms are their wings. But hey, to each their own. He doesn't like birds. Okay. Anyways, I thought Michael Bourada's performance and his presentation on stage was very entertaining. He's like very comfortable in his own skin, or at least it looks like that way to us. He talked in his intro about having anxiety, but seeing him up there, he just seemed relaxed and at ease. So I commend him for giving a presentation like that when apparently he's suffered from anxiety before. And as far as the magic, I have no doubt that would be very fooling for the average layperson who hasn't seen the kind of magic trick I was describing before. It's very well constructed. It seems very fair. They're both standing apart holding the envelopes, and suddenly they open them up and they're completely switched. It's a really cool effect, and I like the idea that he gets the spectator involved and they're both making funny drawings. You know, it just makes it fun. Anyways, Michael Bourada, great performance. Congratulations for getting on the show. And what about you watching at home? What did you think? Leave a comment below. And now it's that portion of the video in which I will read you a short story. Half of a page. Nope, already read that one. I've never seen this one before. Chapter 39, The Flea and the Man. And how do you like that illustration? Rather interesting. I just told you how to feel. You should feel rather interested in this illustration. No need to comment below. Okay, into the reading. A flea bit a man, and bit him again and again, till he could stand it no longer, but made a thorough search for it, and at last succeeded in catching it. Holding it between his finger and thumb, he said, or rather shouted, so angry was he, "Who are you, pray, you wretched little creature, that you make so free with my person?" The flea, terrified, whimpered in a weak little voice, "Oh, sir, pray let me go, don't kill me. I am such a little thing that I can't do much harm." But the man laughed and said, "I am going to kill you now, at once. Whatever is bad has got to be destroyed, no matter how slight the harm it does." And we have a moral of the storyline which says, "Do not waste your pity on a scamp." Which makes me think, what is a scamp? Alright, time to Google this one. Define scamp. Scamp is a rascal, rogue, or definition 2, an impish or playful young person. And that applies to the story. Do not waste your pity on a scamp. Yeah, that's kind of interesting how I said it doesn't matter the size of it. If it's bad, it should be destroyed. It's not a good defense to say, hey, I'm just a little bit rotten. If you've got a little bit of mold on your wall, better to remove it before it grows big. Although the fleas don't really grow that big, so that doesn't apply here. I do like this dialogue between the two of them. Very descriptive. "Who are you, pray, you wretched little creature, that you make so free with my person?" I probably should have read it like that at the beginning, to spice it up a little. Most of the time I'm just reading so carefully, trying not to miss a word because it's in old English and my brain kind of stutters as I'm trying to just read it for the first time. And it's even rather menacing the way he announces he's going to kill the flea. "I am going to kill you now, at once." And then he explains his reason why. You know, if you were going to kill something, you'd probably just do it, not be like, "I'm going to kill you now, it's coming." So much more dramatic and terrifying. Alright, so back to the interpretation of this for our daily lives. I guess we shouldn't let bad habits into our lives, no matter how small and innocuous, because they can grow to be bigger. And why would you allow something bad into your life, no matter the size? You want your life to be good. You want good things. But yeah, it is funny how our mind can kind of justify and think like, well, it's just a little problem. I'll let it go. Nay, I pray tell you, murder that small flea. Wipe off that spot from your life. I will kill you now, you wretched little creature. Comment below if you'd like me to read all my future fables with that kind of voice, especially if it's an old man who's murdering something. Alright, well, I feel like there could be some alternative interpretations. If you feel like there's another way to read this story, feel free to leave a comment below. And that being said, thanks so much for being here. Thanks for watching this video with me. I'll let you know as soon as I have any updates on my Fool Us audition, but for now it's just a waiting period. Remember to answer that question I posted at the beginning. Would you rather feel like a potato or look like a potato? Because that's obviously very important. And also let me know, what do you think about my new segment at the beginning? Random questions with you and me. Basically, I ran out of time to prepare magic tricks, so I just invented that instead. Smash like! Okay, that's it. Hope you're having a wonderful week, and I'll see you in the next video.
Yup.